following line. They're ready for the start. They're off in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf Sprint. Brussels slow to begin. A great beginning for Schwarzenegger. Cy-Fair's got speed. Obliteration on the inside. And Lenny Lou is away running in fourth behind them. An Intricate Spirit, followed by Aspect Island, who's in between horses. Moving up on their outside is Mission Central up the backstretch. Then Havana Anna. True Love is 5 deep as they move into the turn. Then Brussels later than planned, and Royal Testament at the back of the pack. Schwarzenegger on top as they make their way around the far turn. Cy-Fair 3/4 of a length behind. Obliteration is down toward the inside. Lenny Lou right there in contention in fourth. Aspect Island is fifth as they make their way to the top of the stretch with Schwarzenegger to catch. Cy-Fair now ranging up alongside, still under a hand right here, storms to the front. Brussels is rolling for the back of the pack. Aspect Island is there too, but it's Cy-Fair. Cy-Fair has it close to home from Brussels. Cy-Fair's a Breeders' Cup winner. Brussels was second, Aspect Island was third, and then came Obliteration.
What a moment for Swinbank Stables and Medallion Racing. If you saw Cy-Fair up in Canada beat the boys in the Algonquin, she fit perfectly against the boys and girls today in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf Sprint. And her hallmark, Caton, is a strong finish. Once she was within contact of the leaders here, it was advantage Cy-Fair.
Absolutely beautiful position out of the gate, just tipped to the outside off of all the pace. Schwarzenegger carving out some solid enough fractions and still with the lead when they turn for home. But Irad Ortiz, who owns more wins than any jockey in this particular race, pushes the button and she responds beautifully.
All the while we were talking beforehand about how much pace there'd be and how Cy-Fair would be closing off that pace. Well, the position that Cy-Fair had early on in the race meant that she was in a great position to strike late on, and that's exactly what's unfolded. Brussels has run on really well for Christophe Soumillon, and Aspect Island has run a fabulous race. And of course, they were second and third last time they met, and they filled those 2 spots once again.
10-1-4, your top 3 finishers in here. It is Cy-Fair going off at 5-1 over the 1, Brussels at 6-1 over the 4, Aspect Island at 25-1. Caton, Mike Smith, a legend obviously in the sport, is still the leading rider as far as wins in the Breeders' Cup. But the guy chasing him, Irad Ortiz Jr., keeps closing with each race. He's got to win here.
And in this one of his strengths, I think, position in sprint races, combined with the strong finish, was on full display. I will say, from that outside post position, he was able to inherit a much more comfortable trip than some of the others, to your point, Rishi, the 1, Brussels, or Aspect Island.
And they have posted the photo for 4th. It goes to Obliteration. Finishing 5th is the pace setter, the 11, Schwarzenegger. 10-1-4-5-11. Let's take you aboard your eventual winner here. This is Jockey Cam with Irad Ortiz Jr. And this is a nice look, Caton, when you're aboard a horse that is all clear in front and just have to run down the pace setter.
You can see how determined Cy-Fair is with the ears pinned. Yes. Down to the nitty-gritty there through the stretch, and just sheer joy through the running experience at the end.
Rishi, it's good thing you adjusted your number as far as the races that the Europeans would win.
Thank you.
But you would even admit the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf Sprint is where America would have their best hope.
Of the 3 races today on the turf in the Breeders' Cup, this is the one that America, as we know, Wesley Ward with his 3 wins, and now here with George Weaver. True Love, this is a unique test for a lot of the European horses. True Love just didn't cope with that sharp 5 furlongs today. She is much better than that. We know that in comparison to Brussels and Aspect Island, they would consider her a much better horse on a conventional track. But this is why you've got to be able to travel and translate your skills. And if you can't do that, you'll be found out. A
continuation of a theme that we've been talking a lot about this fall in Stakes Company, the sire, not this time.
Yes.
Once again, with the victory.
And we also talk about Breeders' Cup moments for owners. Reagan Swinbank is the name behind Swinbank Stables. He came up with Jake Ballas. They still in his black type thoroughbreds. He is kind of branched out. And for him to get to this Breeders' Cup win this quickly is rather remarkable. It is Cy-Fair taking the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf Sprint.
Number 10, Cy-Fair was first. Second, number 1, Brussels. Third, number 4, Aspect Island. Fourth, John Deere has been a longtime supporter of the equine industry. All Breeders' Cup breeders and owners are qualified to receive major John Deere discounts on select equipment, including lawn and garden tractors, compact utility tractors, Gator utility vehicles, commercial mowing equipment, and much more. For details on the exclusive equine member discounts provided on John Deere equipment, talk to your local dealer or call 866-678-4289.